YouTube and shut off the volume when it comes live, which will be momentarily.
I'll work on getting StreamYard up. Or not StreamYard, Instagram.
Here we go.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Nice to be here. Good to see you all. And welcome back. Dina,
Hey, everybody.
how are you feeling?
A lot better than what I was last Sunday.
You got your jazz back.
Definitely.
Nice.
Definitely doing better than last Sunday. Last Sunday, I was like that. So I
Gonna
could only see
say.
out of one eye last Sunday.
Yeah, when did that
Trouble, so.
when did it happen?
Actually, it happened last Sunday morning around 12:30 a.m. I came back here, left from hanging out with Mom, was going to turn out all my grow lights, tripped, fell, and was out until 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And bleeding.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it had me feeling weak for pretty much all week.
Mm.
Not to mention the medicine they gave me definitely had me just sleeping it off.
Well, scary stuff.
That it is. I did a lot of revamping of my fish room, and anything that's in the floor went. That was it. You know, the planter's gone. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I did that once on a ladder.
Oh, that hurt.
And I was being real careful. I only went up to the third step on the ladder. But I had it in front of a doorway, and the door was open, and it skittered out and just fell, and me with it. And I lay there for nearly an hour. I was unconscious, bleeding. You know, hit my head. Head wounds bleed profusely.
Oh, they do.
They make huge puddles of blood.
Yes, they do.
Very scary stuff.
Oh, it is.
Well, I came to, and I was afraid to move because I didn't know what my condition was. And a friend was coming in, had been scheduled to come in, and I could kind of hear her at the other end of the store. And I knew eventually she'd make her way back, which she did. And she looked down at me and said, "What are you doing?" and I was laying on the floor bleeding out.
Right? And it's weird. You wouldn't think a fall would do that bad. You really wouldn't, or at least I wouldn't have. I figured, okay, if I trip, it's not going to be a big deal. But when there's glass involved, oh yeah, or heights, yeah,
Or anything that can cut you.
right.
Yeah. Nasty stuff. Stan
That
Pittman's
is.
here. Hey, Stan. And Stan's saying hello to Tommy. Is Tommy here?
I haven't seen him. He might be under a different name.
No.
I don't see him on
Roger
there.
Lucas. What's Roger saying? What is this? Trying to figure out a centerpiece fish. Angels. I would do angels,
Oh, that would be fun.
I mean, they're going to eat baby guppies
Mm-hmm.
and eventually shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you don't want to do angels. It's
Angels
hard.
are pretty though.
You could do dwarf gouramis. That'd be all right. You could do a pair of rams, the smaller stuff. The reason I like angels is they're very graceful, a dramatic kind of fish, and they get pretty good size.
Mm-hmm.
So in a larger tank, they really look good. They make a tank kind of pop, but they will eat everything. I set up a tank once. It was a real tall tank. It's about 3 foot tall, very tall tank. Probably 100 gallons, 125 gallons, pretty good size. I collected some plants from the wild, from a stream that were growing real long, and put them in there. They look kind of sharp. And then I got a big school of neons or cardinals, I don't remember which, about 100 of them, and about a dozen angels that were small, and put them in that tank. And they did really well together for about 6 months, maybe not quite that long, until the angels got big enough to start eating the tetras.
Oh,
And
man.
then the tetra population, every day it diminished
Mm-hmm.
to the point where within a matter of weeks, there were none left.
Hmm.
And I really did not expect that. But they didn't start eating them until they were big enough to be able to eat them. They didn't even chase them. They ignored them until they grew big enough to eat them. And then they were all over it. Which is, I really ought to do a series on fish psychology.
Oh, that
Because
would be interesting.
behaviorally, fish are really interesting. I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting way low in this. I can't tell you how many times I have gone into a tank with a lot of different fish in it, aiming to get one particular fish. Happened just the other day. One of my 75 had a lot of rainbows in it, does, and it had some keyholes. There were 4 keyholes in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to move the keyholes out because they were not doing that well. I had another tank with some small waru. Decided to put them in there. So I went in, I caught the first one, just kind of caught it quickly and easily, and caught the second one. And by then, the other 2 and all 4 had been out in the open, up front, visible, which is why I knew there were 4 in there. But they hid. Of every fish that was in that tank, they were the only ones hiding. And I have had exactly that situation happen over and over again, even before I actually go after that fish. It will know I'm after it.
Right?
It will.
They really do.
They are sensitive to predators.
Mm-hmm.
They have a hypersensitivity to predation. And they will dart for cover before they even see a predator. I mean, the predator's got to be still and unmoving for a long period of time. And that fish has to get calm enough and trusting enough to believe that the predator is a stick
Mm-hmm.
until it sucks it in its mouth.
Right?
But that could take hours.
It can.
It's just amazing. And, any predator that's on the prowl, nothing it's looking for is going to be particularly visible, except for goldfish, which are remarkably stupid fish.
Right. Those are easy to catch.
Thrown into a tank that they're not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And they will simply dart around. And that darting will be sufficient activity to attract a predator that'll just scarf them right up.
Mm-hmm.
After a time, they'll find a place to hide, and a way to hide. I was looking at a tank that Predatory Fins was featuring. It was about a 3 to 4,000 gallon tank, very big tank, full of very big predators. And they were feeding goldfish. The filter intake was actually an indentation at the top of the tank, shaped more or less like a box, that was full of goldfish that were hiding in there that the predators couldn't get to. So the goldfish that were in there long enough to actually find a place to hide out managed to find it and to do so. But there are so many other things, that I think I was trying to show tonight. I wanted to set my camera up to show some baby waru that have just hatched out. They laid their eggs yesterday. They hatched today. They're down at the bottom. I saw them kind of moving around. They're not really swimming yet. They're just kind of darting around a little bit. They're still pretty much wiggler stage. By tomorrow, they'll be up and pecking on their parents, eating the slime coat.
That's fascinating.
But I tried to get my camera down there real tight on them. And the closer I got, the more they stopped moving and clumped up. To the point where if I didn't know what I was looking for, I would not have seen them because they were not moving at all. And they had been moving prior to that. Now, the parents, I've seen this happen too. The parents signal them to bunch up and go down and not move.
Wow.
Just a series of signals that are that kind of a signal where the parent will just quiver just maybe one time and you'll see the babies instantly drop to the bottom. The whole school of them click, instantly drop.
That's amazing.
And they won't move. They won't move until the parent goes down there and shows that it's safe. That fish is hours old and has that kind of patterned reaction.
That's impressive.
Just amazing stuff.
It is. It's definitely different than my guppies.
Well, that's because there's no parental care.
Right?
Parental care goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Parental care is demanded by the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Think about human babies.
Mm-hmm.
A baby cries and it's a kind of cry that is more like a scream.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tiny little creature, and so it doesn't have a lot of volume, although it's amazing the volume it has.
That's true.
But it's a piercing kind of call
Mm-hmm.
that is impossible to ignore.
That it is.
So the baby is actually demanding care.
Mm-hmm.
At a later stage in its development, that behavior would no longer be acceptable
Mm-hmm.
and would be replaced with language or other kinds of behavior. And eventually with self-care, although some of us never get over screaming, I guess.
Right. It definitely seems like that sometimes.
But parental care, it's a kind of a continuum. I mean, the parent responds in the way it is patterned to do
Mm-hmm.
to a demand on it that triggers it to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And the parent also responds to the environment in such a way as to protect its progeny. In the case of the fish, to protect their brand new fry.
So that's amazing. I really think you should do a video on fish psychology, especially their parenting skills. That would be really fascinating to see.
Yeah. The trick is to be able to get pictures of it.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be the hard part.
Well,
Nathaniel has a question for you.
yeah. Who's this? Bomer, Nathan Bomer.
Mm-hmm.
I have 20-gallon tanks. Gotta do natural style. Smaller plecos. I don't understand the question. Throwing the ecosystem out of balance. Setting up an ecosystem that's well balanced is a requirement for breeding plecos.
Mm-hmm.
They don't require an unbalanced system. So if you've been told that you need to have something highly synthetic and highly unnatural as an environment for breeding plecos, you need to stop taking that advice and stop listening to that person, because they really don't know what they're talking about. Now, let me say one more thing about this. Hobbyists raising fish and breeding fish is not the same thing as a farmer raising and breeding thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of fish. The conditions that are required to be able to maintain a school of 10,000 fish, 10,000 breeders, or let's use a more realistic number, 1,000 breeders. It's fairly common for a farmer to have 1,000 breeders or 500 breeders. Now, you can't put them in a natural environment. It would have to be too big. It would have to be maintained. It would be too difficult to maintain it. And you would not be able to control the hatch. The farmer needs to be able to collect the eggs, to collect all of the eggs and to separate them from the parents. In most natural aquarium systems where there is a deep food web, there is no need to separate out the eggs from the fish, particularly if it's an egg scatterer. Now, if it's Corydoras laying eggs on the side of the glass, then yeah, you need to remove those eggs because the Corys will eat them. They'll eat their own eggs.
Yeah, they will.
They'll eat all of them, and they'll do it pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have Corys and you've never seen eggs on the side of the glass, it's because they've eaten them. It's not because they're not laying them.
Yeah.
So long as you got a pair, they're laying them. They're doing it typically early in the morning so that by mid-morning, the eggs are gone, which means you need to be there right after it happens and remove them and hatch them out separately. There are not a lot of fish that require that level of care. Another one, rainbows. In order to be able to hatch out rainbows, you need clumps of Java moss. Now, a lot of people will use wool mops. I like Java moss because it's natural and it's simple to use. I usually have 2 clumps of it. I put a clump in, and then a day later, I take the clump out and put the other clump in. A day later, the eggs that are in the clump I took out have hatched. So I put that in and switch them again. So every 1 to 2 days, I'm switching these out, and I'll wind up with 100 or more baby rainbows after a matter of days, 3 to 4 days, that I will then have the responsibility of trying to figure out how I'm going to feed them and how I'm going to grow them up. And that needs to be done separately from the parents because the babies are up in the water column looking for food, as are the parents, and the babies are food for the parents. So you can't keep the two together. Most tetras are egg scatterers. That is, their eggs are not sticky. They're not adhesive. So they're not going to attach to anything. They fall to the bottom and they get mixed up on whatever's at the bottom. So if you've got an inch of food web at the bottom, which is leaf culture, mulm, all of that stuff, which is loaded with microfauna. It's chock full of microscopic life, which is the food that brand new baby fish require in order to begin to in order to live and in order to begin to grow. So creating that kind of environment in your system allows those babies to get down in that material, to feed in it, and they'll stay down in there. A few will pop their heads up and may get eaten, but the majority are gonna stay hidden. There's no parental care, but they don't need it if they can stay hidden. They'll and then when they get big enough to begin to move up and dart out of the way or dart back down, you'll notice this and you'll see how they actually are able to survive in your community tank. What
And
other?
I've also got this question.
What should I feed my RH loaches? What's RH?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
All right.
Let me ask them because they're in my chat, so I'll ask them real quick.
Yeah. Ignore my algae vagrants for a little play.
Reticulated hill stream loaches.
Oh, hill stream. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for natural algae and natural fungus. So again, having a natural tank and having some flow. And what the flow does is it keeps nutrients in the water column flowing past plants like algae that are growing on the glass that need to be able to pull nutrients out of the water column. And they don't like dead food. Spirulina, algae wafers, that's all dead food. You would be better off putting spinach or cucumber, or what's that other stuff called that's like a cucumber?
Zucchini?
Zucchini, yeah. You'd be better off putting that in, a green leafy vegetable, something that's alive, that they will be more likely to eat on. They're looking for the juices, if you will. They're looking for the when you eat a piece of fruit, you don't eat it for the pulp.
Right.
You eat it for the juice.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's dry and has no flavor, probably you're not going to eat it.
Right.
Spirulina flake has no flavor. It's dry. It's very uninteresting. This is what makes the new food, the new flake food that we're feeding, so valuable. The problem with flake food, it's really also the problem with any kind of crumble or pellet, is that it is baked at a high enough temperature to drive out all of the moisture. Mm-hmm. In the process, it burns up and kills all of the nutrients, all of the fatty acids, all of the material that the animal would otherwise be looking for that would make the food desirable. This flake, which comes in a number of formulas, and we do have it available now in our store. It's a nutripretive food that is a spirulina and garlic compound that is heated at a very, very low temperature, like 110 degrees. Just warm enough to drive out most of the moisture, but not all of it, and create a flake kind of material. It's thicker, has a stronger odor. It smells wonderful. I have people who have to put lids on it and put it where their cats can't get to it, because
Wow.
cats are attracted to the odor, and it has a very strong odor, not a fishy odor, a very nice sweet odor, like a sweet fruit or something. Anyway, when you feed this flake, it contains enough amino acids and fatty acids that the fish are interested in it. It's as close to a live food as you can get and still have something that you can keep in a package for a period of time. It does not last permanently the way flake food does. It will eventually mold. It takes months, however, for it to mold. So it's going to be good. You want to get it in small portions. We sell it online. We have it available. It's a green flake food. It's called Nutripreta Flake. Wonderful stuff. We've got Cinnamon Gaza and Christian here. Let's see what Cinnamon is up to.
Hey,
We're looking at her pond.
I love it.
Oh, is
Wow.
that-
Yeah, I got a lily for it and some mint somebody gave me, and my dwarf water louse decided to become a regular one. I don't know. I put it in here and I got gigantic. Plus, I have some Valsneria here. I'll put some Daphne in to get my goldfish to come up.
Nice.
We got goldfish, and there's one large pleco in there. And then I have, I put in 4 flagfish, let them breed and see what they can do in here, and basically let them,
Yeah, they'll
Take care.
love it.
yeah, I figured that I haven't seen them, but there's a lot of hiding spots down there.
Yeah, right.
Plant
Nice.
there, I have some there's caves for them to go into. I have a pot, planting pot down below here. I don't know if you can see it, but took that idea from yours, Lou,
Right.
because you have a pot in there. So that one's been going good. And then we've got this one here. My fish that I put in here have absolutely loving this tank. I mean, the yellow on this guy's tail, I mean,
wow.
the split tails they are just breeding up a storm. And then I've got even some angels in here.
Oh, wow.
Baby, they're loving it too. So the first angels, when they're that little, have done good for me.
Nice.
I had bigger ones, they're tougher, and but I've got this big root here to give them some any babies and any small ones. The angels all hid behind that the first day they were here, but then they came out now, and there's 4 of them, and they're hanging out there at the top. And it's a little full because the rain can get in the top of it. So, and there's my pleco
Yeah.
hanging on the tube. But everybody that's in here seems to really love. And
Oh, we've got a
they're not-
question for you, Cinnamon. What
Sure.
temperature do you keep your tank at?
This tank, whatever the atmosphere, whatever is outside.
Awesome.
Now, when it comes towards fall and winter, I have to reevaluate, but I also have a finished basement that I could move, set up other tanks and move them in for the winter.
That'd
But
be nice.
you only get about 2 months of cold, and I might be able, my husband says he might be able to insulate them a little and we not have to move them, but we'll see.
Yeah,
The
you
more,
start from
more-
around bottom, top, and sides with a heater.
Yeah.
in.
yeah,
With
and
a
I'd have to, yeah, definitely have a couple heaters so if one fails. But goldfish, I know, do pretty good with the more extreme
They're
cold. But a lot of them, what they do,
should be too.
they'll put a heater in just so they have a place to go up and feed and come out a little. So
Yeah, well, if you've got semi-tropicals in an outdoor pond, you can put a heater in the pond. It's not going
yeah,
to heat the whole pond, but it'll create a warm spot. What
yeah,
what
and
you
they'll
want to do then is turn off your water flow, turn off your
uh,
air pump, turn off your water pump, so that the water is still, and that'll retain that heat in a pocket for those
oh
fish that need it.
yeah, that works. I love it. In all actuality, I'm thinking of getting another one and put on the other side because this is 105, I think. I'd like to get at least a 200, and because I'm enjoying it, and I just absolutely love the natural tank that I set up. Somebody gave me a free 55, and I
Very cool.
decided, you know what, I'm going to try to see how this goes. I have a filter for now, but as the food web gets built up, I'm going to take that out.
Nice.
And then way over, a black tub that's a planter that I'm going to take and put guppies in.
Cool.
Because
Yeah,
my
looks
guppies,
great.
so I've got my Japanese blues. I don't know what's up with them. They're on steroids or something because there's a ton of them. And also my gold ones and some of my others that are more high end, they weren't breeding very much, and now they're starting to. So,
Yeah, you have a nice big yard.
yep,
That you
yeah,
do.
The area you live in has
oh
been
yeah, it's
popular for goldfish breeders for years.
yeah. So we got this mountain. We own up on the top. The top's flat actually, and there's a big old bamboo forest over here.
Oh, nice.
And then we did have some of the male goats that I had left, and we actually leased them out to somebody to clean out his field. So berry bushes. So, but alrighty, I thought I'd let you guys see, and I have my tubs of Daphnia and green water.
Very
I
nice.
got all that around. My kid's pool got green, and we were going to dump it, and I said, "Wait a minute."
Oh, it makes
Okay.
a really good place to collect green water. Definitely.
Really.
Tubs. All right, guys. I know there's others waiting, so I'll talk to you guys later.
Take care. Bye for now. All right, Christian is here.
Hey.
I think that's Danielle.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. I have a question, Father Fish. I have been
This is
dealing with.
This is Danielle.
Yep,
You,
from one.
Okay. I meant to get Christian up. Oh, sit tight, Christian. We'll get to you. Yes, Danielle.
Sorry, buddy. I have been dealing with this weird kind of algae for a while in this tank, and it is like growing on my plants. And I just curious what it is exactly.
The type of hair algae.
Mm-hmm.
Is the type of hair algae?
Yeah, it comes off pretty easily, right?
Yeah, pretty easy, but sometimes it's actually just like really stuck, like it's growing on my plants.
Right. Yeah, it's a hair algae.
Okay.
You
So
can
do we
keep
need more
picking away at it. But it's not an easy one to get out manually because it's kind of tiny and all over.
Yeah.
One thing you might try is going dark for 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Turn all the lights off and leave them off with no light at all.
Okay.
For 3 days is better than 2.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt your plants. They will survive. But algae is different. Algae requires nutrient every day.
Okay.
It has to do photosynthesis every day, whereas irregular plants don't. They have sugars in them. They have reserves. Algae has no reserves.
Okay.
So by darkening the tank for about 3 days, doesn't need to be longer than that. Most of the algae will die.
Yeah, it's amazing
Okay.
how it works. I mean, it really will in just a few days. You'll be amazed.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a pretty effective system for getting rid of algae. You certainly don't need algicide. That
Yeah, I knew I didn't need that.
is the stupidest thing
Right?
It
really is.
doing.
I was
I
just
got
kind of
algae
worried I
growing
didn't have
in my
enough.
plants. What do I do? Poison them. Poison them. Kill them all.
That's what it does. That algaecide, that is what it does. It will kill your plants.
Right.
Yeah, let's not kill the plants. I like the plants. I was
Right.
wondering if I needed more plants. And I was thinking, I don't know if I can physically fit more plants.
Yeah, it's a very nice thing.
That it is.
You've got the other issue is you have excess nutrients in there, or the algae would not be surviving.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, you might look at that.
Mhm.
Well, you could do some partial water changes just
Okay.
to reduce that. You could cut back on feeding.
I don't
Oh.
think I can
Hours of
cut
light
back on feeding more than I do. I only feed them once a week.
Really?
Yeah, and just a really little amount of shrimp.
Mhm. How many hours of light do you have on the tank?
About 12 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would cut that back.
Okay.
Do the dark system, and then when you go back on, go to 8 hours
Okay.
and see if that makes a difference.
Okay. Yeah, because it's just it even takes over my poor mosses,
Yeah.
it will.
and I pull off a
it'll
big
grow.
clump of it, and it attaches like to the anarchus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, okay, I tried to up the flow a little bit. That didn't work. I tried this, I tried that. Okay, now I need to ask for help.
Well, you might start by going back. 12 hours is a lot. Go back
Okay.
to 8 hours, see if that helps. Your
Okay.
mosses might not survive 3 days of dark.
Mm,
You might consider that, but reducing to 8 hours could make the difference.
Yeah, it
So
could.
try that first.
okay.
Looking good, Danielle. Nice.
Mhm.
It is.
Pretty.
Thank you. I also, across the way here, I got the piece of cholla in the tank finally, so this one is all finished.
Oh, good. Looking
So
good.
one more week, and the epistogrammas will be back in stock at Dan's. So,
Oh, wonderful.
all right, get my buddy Christian up here. I want to see his fishies.
Right?
Yeah, see that. Nice to see you.
Thanks for the help. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, right.
All right.
There he is.
How y'all doing? It's good to see you, Dina.
Hey, it's good to be back. It's nice to be talking with you again.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing better. You look
Oh,
better.
me too. Thank you.
Hello, Father Fish.
Hi, Christian. Nice to see you.
I just thought I'd come in and show my 75 again. I've started getting a few more plants in. I'm nowhere near through adding plants, but it's coming
I
along.
love those Congos. I think Congo are one of my absolute favorite fish.
They
Oh,
are
they're-
gorgeous.
They're definitely my favorite schooling fish.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
love
the
those red-eyed angels.
There's autos.
Beautiful.
I've got some autocinchlists in here, but I've also got some Siamese algae eaters. They're about
Okay. You
they're
got a
about 2 years
school of
old,
autos.
about 4 inches long.
Right.
But all of my angels, my black angels, have gold eyes, except for this.
Wow. Oh,
And his
look at that. Wow.
blood.
That is just beautiful. That
That's
red against
stunning.
the
I
black.
don't think I've seen that before.
I'm hoping that. Well, he paired off with a female, and actually, there was 2 males trying to pair off with her, and
Yeah.
he killed the other male.
Oh my.
So maybe
Wow.
the red had something to do with it, but I don't know.
Wow.
But I'm hoping they'll lay eggs again so I can get them out.
Great.
They must have laid them when I wasn't looking and I didn't have a chance to pull them.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't last long in here.
Well, you might, yeah, with everything in there, I would pull the eggs.
Yeah, I plan on it, but they got them laid before I knew it. And
Yeah, right.
they were gone faster than they laid them.
Right.
Oh,
But yeah, I've got 5 black angels and 8 Congo tetras, 4
Nice.
of Siamese algae eaters. I've got a couple of crebensis.
Uh-huh.
They
Now, do
actually,
you have have they spawned? A
yeah,
female.
they spawned in that cave. She's still guarding the cave, but the eggs,
He's ready. Yeah.
they
He
weren't
may
by.
have eggs in there.
And the male, he's right over here in the middle. There he goes.
Right.
oh, he's a pretty one.
Yeah, they
They
look
kinda-
good.
They kind of hug the bottom a lot.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna have baby cribbies in there for sure.
Will they raise them in a community tank, or will I
They
need?
will to it, yeah, but at some point you need to pull them out, because once they'll keep them together for maybe a week. Beyond that, when they start spreading out, that's when they get picked off. So
Okay.
you can leave them in there, let them hatch them out, let them get them swimming, give them a couple of days, and then take them out.
Okay. Sounds good.
And the easiest way to get them out is to siphon them.
That makes sense.
I'll have to try that. I've never done that before in a community tank, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, it's a lot less disruptive than
And-
trying to use a net. And
This
they kind of don't see it coming.
Mhm.
Yeah, this tank actually has 3 bristlenose plecos in here, full grown, but they stay hid all the time. I very rarely see them until late in the evening, right before the lights go out.
You have any females or just males?
I've got 1 male and 2 females in here.
Well, you ought to be seeing babies eventually.
Definitely.
They've took out my Amazon swords. The swords are actually still in there behind the driftwood, but only the new leaves last. As soon as they're big enough to,
Yeah, I've seen them do that.
they eat holes in them, and then they just.
do.
But then right here I've got. This is
Oh,
my
look at
grand.
the bearding.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
It's my 4-year-old granddaughter's. She loves it.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
my wife told her that she would rather trade this, and didn't she want to get a rabbit instead? And she said, no, rabbits run away.
Funny. Is that a male or a female? Looks like a male.
I think it's a male. Yeah. He's pretty big.
He looks
Yeah,
it.
he is.
He's got some orange tint to him. They had him
Right. I see he's got some color. Yeah.
at the pet shop. They called him a sugar red variety, but
Okay, right.
I'd never heard that before. But I promised Danielle that I'd show this fish over here at some point. So
Oh, wow.
it's a silver gar.
Okay.
That is cool.
A lot of
Oh.
people call them rocket gars.
What kind?
A lot of people call them rocket gars.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
I think their actual name is a Huetagar.
Huh.
They're from Cuba.
Okay. Huh.
And I've got him in this 55-gallon tank, which is actually my first converted father fish tank. I just got sand on top of Echo Complete,
Right.
and it's got a ton of mom built up in it. I've got 3 of the green tiger barbs.
Right. Flagfish down there.
Yeah, there's a flagfish in there also. Whatever can't fit in his mouth, and he's got a really deceptively large mouth.
They do indeed.
And I just put that Higer heater in the other day. I ordered that and put it in. It seems to be working pretty good.
I like them.
It's got the
I like
They are
them.
nice.
Yeah. Cool.
play. And this is my old filter I had before I discovered father fish. It's no
Right.
longer, but that's just a good place to store it.
Yeah.
Right.
But one question I have, I've got a lot of mom build up,
Yeah.
and I don't really want to get rid of it because, I mean, I believe it's really what keeps my tank stable.
Right.
But it's winding up all over the plants, like sticking to them, like they've got a kind of a
I
slimy.
see that. Yeah.
Is there anything for that?
Grind up leaves. Get a deeper bed of leaves in there, and that mulm will go down under the leaves and be better controlled.
Yeah, I've been adding leaves to it. I probably need to add them a little bit
Yeah,
more.
add a lot of them. Add enough to get a bed of leaves, like half an inch or so.
Yeah, I asked Lucas Bretts about it, and I asked him, did he think I should remove some of the mulm? And he told me, no, don't remove none of it. He said,
Yeah.
He said that's like having gold in the bottom of your tank.
Yeah, right. You could add some sand. You could add another half inch of sand. That would simply provide some additional space for the mulm to precipitate into it.
Yeah, here's the old gar up here. He don't move much unless I put some small minnows in there. And then he moves. That's where he gets the name Rocket from. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he darts in there and grabs them so fast they don't even know what hit them.
Right.
I wish I had some to feed him while I was on here, but unfortunately, he's done it all.
Oh, your bettas, by the way, are starting to really color up. I was looking at them the other day. The last batch you sent me.
They're growing faster than I thought they would too.
They're doing really well. I'm real pleased.
Once I got a bunch out, the ones that I still had started really growing.
Yeah. Well, I've got them more separated out, about 10 in a tank or so. And they're coloring up nice. I like that multicolored string you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just let me know when you want some more. And also, I didn't know when I sent the microworm culture if I sent enough or if I shipped it correct. But I got another idea on how
It worked out real well.
to do that, and I can send you more anytime you want it.
Okay. While I'm on the subject, we are switching over our shipping from Postal Service to UPS. And we ship 2 ways. We ship all of our dry goods and substrate ground, which is 3 days. And we ship our plants, and we'll be doing fish 2nd day air. And to do that, we've had to increase the cost of shipping to $15.
Oh, yeah,
But,
I understand.
yeah, it's going to give us a really solid shipping program. We've had not a lot, but enough trouble with the Postal Service to warrant making a change. So,
Yeah, I can
we,
understand
it's
that.
like, yeah,
They're not as reliable as they should be. That's for sure.
They're not.
That
And
is for sure.
it's not major, it's minor, but it's a hassle. It's like one or two a day that fail. But it's day after day after day.
Mhm.
And we guarantee live arrival and healthy plants. So if it takes 5 days to get there, those plants are not going to be worth messing with.
Yeah.
Which means we need to reship them.
Yeah, I've been on the website looking around a little bit. I read the new shipping policies. I'm probably
I think it's going to work. I hope so.
I'm probably fixing to place an order. I need some more shirts.
Very good. You
I need
probably
more-
got some credit with me, don't you?
No, I don't have any credit, but it's fine. I don't mind paying for,
Well, we'll fix that.
if I've got something to ship to trade. If not, I'll make a purchase. It don't bother me to help you out.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, I'll jump off of here. I know I've been on here quite a long
Well,
time.
thank you, Christian. Appreciate you very much.
Having me.
Definitely.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye. What's going on?
Looks like we got Jacob Wade.
Oh, Jacob's here.
Mhm.
Hi, Jacob.
Hey.
Guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So I seen the other day that that crayfish, it's actually alive. He's been coming under here and getting food that falls back under here that nobody else is able to get. So he's actually a good part of the system. Oh yeah.
Nice.
And he's actually, so last 2 weeks he was probably like that. Now he's probably about that, over
So
3
he's dead.
inches.
Oh wow.
Did you find the old shed?
No, but nothing's getting injured. Those coloches are getting big, so they're not becoming territorial against it. So they're not causing no harm to it.
Right. Looking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That
he's
it is.
getting bigger, my keyhole.
Yeah.
And then the angels, they're getting bigger as well. But I've also noticed that I'm getting just wee little ones, and I'm okay with that. I just got to add a little bit more sand so that it'll cover all that. But it seems that they're doing little patches, and that's okay. That's okay because I've got about 3.5, almost 4 inches right here. So I'm not really, that's why I prevented all this, because it used to dig real heavy, and those loaches were scaring me because they were getting real close to that mud line.
Yeah.
But now I fixed it, and whoa, how did my temperature jump up to 87 today? Holy crap, look at that.
Wow. Is it warm in there in your house, or did the heater
No,
do that?
it's 671. The water ain't even hot. It's just lukewarm.
You might
Huh.
check another thermometer. Just double
Check another thermometer.
Yeah.
I don't
They're
know. I
hard to
can't.
read.
I don't think this
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
working,
They're really hard to read.
because that heater, maybe a little over a year old. It's a cheap one, but it's been working very stable, so that's why I haven't got another one.
Double check the temperature before you make a change.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to just change it.
Right.
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
actually
feel
holding
hot.
82.46. Yeah, it's almost 88 degrees in there.
Well,
but it normally holds 80, 83, 82 on the cold side, and on the warmer side, 85. But today's the first day it actually went above 85, so I don't know about that.
Check the heater, turn it down, then see if the light goes out.
All right.
Just crank it down. If the light does not go out, then it's stuck in the on position.
Oh. Yeah, then I might want to get a new one then.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But today is what, the 13th? So it's been up exactly 5 months and 3 days.
That's impressive. Good job.
And then look, see how it destroyed that plant, and then several months later, it successfully grew that plant back that it destroyed at the beginning.
Funny.
Oh,
Wow.
it will.
That's amazing.
That it is.
And then that's all they do all day. I mean, it's pretty cool. Those tannins even took a cancerous, like a tumor off his back here. He had like this bubblish, almost, it kind of looked like ick, but it wasn't ick. Ick's more of like salt look. It's like hinge to it. This was more of a lump, so it was either bacteria or fungus. And I found out it was actually a tumor. It was really big and white, and I actually caught it. The tannins took it right away.
Probably a virus.
A virus? They told me it was possibly because of the initial problem that he came from when he had ammonia poisoning in his gills.
Could be. The
But he's
virus
healthy
will
now.
do that though. Virus is not deadly, and it forms a growth on the fish, which can be removed. It'll fall off eventually.
All right. Look at all the bugs right there.
Goodness.
Definitely got plenty.
Oh, yeah. Look at them all jumping.
Nice.
That's always good to see.
They look like a bunch of fleas everywhere.
That
Right.
they do.
That's fun.
But he's still doing good. He's wherever he just went. I think I lost the other three because I haven't seen them. I only see one of those glass cats, and my friend actually said,
right.
really? He
They're
said,
very
really?
They're difficult.
He said he used to have them himself, and they used to be really popular, and now he said it seems like you can't keep them. I said, well, I don't know why they died.
They could be carrying a disease. That's what's happened to a number of fish that are coming out of the Far East. Their practices are not particularly sterile or healthy. And
Right. So that crayfish, man, he went from like this big to like that big in like a couple weeks to a month. That means,
Well,
is this going to
one shed. So he shed one time.
Oh, wow. So I need to look for the molt then.
Yeah, you might not be able to find it. It usually gets eaten pretty quick, but it's in there.
It should be. I
Yeah.
mean, I do have calcium, I'm guessing, because of the snail shells a little bit.
Right. Looking good. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank y'all.
Love your tank.
You're doing great. Oh, we've got a few questions for you, Father Fish.
Sure.
Have you kept raccoon tetras?
I don't think so. I don't know what that is.
I'm not familiar with that one either.
That'd be a black band on the eyes, I guess.
I guess it'd be an interesting fish.
funny.
Then we've got this one.
Not at all harmful. The cichlids may peck at it a little. They're not going to be all that interested in it, but it's certainly something that's healthy to feed. Zucchini is the more popular one. A lot of hobbyists and a lot of farmers will feed zucchini. It's probably more fibrous.
That would make sense. It definitely seems more fibrous when you cook it.
Right.
And then we've got this question. How many goldfish can we keep in a 20-gallon tank? What are the best tank mates for goldfish?
Depends on the size of the goldfish.
So true.
If the goldfish is a foot long, I would not keep it in that tank.
Right?
If the goldfish is 1 inch long, you could put 20 of them in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to keep 20 in it permanently. Goldfish, they come in small, we get them little, and they grow big.
Mm-hmm.
And they do get big.
That they do. What's the largest goldfish that you've seen, Father Fish?
Well, the koi,
Mm-hmm. That's a big one.
yeah, they can get 4 foot long.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Easy.
seen goldfish. Well, they are in their wild nature, their wild condition. They're a carp.
Mm-hmm.
So carp can get 3-4 feet long and weigh 40-50 pounds.
Mm-hmm. They
So
get big.
goldfish can get big. They can get very big. They keep growing. They don't stop growing.
Mm-hmm.
The longer you have them, the bigger they get.
Mm-hmm.
And they will live a long, long time.
That they do.
Goldfish can live 100 years.
Wow, I didn't realize they could live that long. That's impressive.
Well, they don't get sick.
They are hard.
Or I shouldn't say that. They don't die of old age.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those fish. Fish in general do not age. That is to say, mammals age. As mammals get older, the systems begin to break down and become less and less resilient. And so that as we get older, our bodies are not as vigorous as they were, and eventually that process just takes us. But that doesn't happen with invertebrates. Invertebrates are as vigorous at 50 as they are at 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a function of predation, lack of nutrients, predation, injury, those kinds of things that tend to create a situation where they virtually never grow old. And a lot of them, like the ants, they don't eat. Once the worker ants never eat. They work and work and work until they literally burn themselves out and have no energy left to be able to survive.
Right.
That they'll die of ineffective starvation. They're really dying for lack of calories. Tony is here.
Hey, Tony.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, just wanted to give you a little update on my rams
Oh,
and my
good.
saltwater. So if you remember, this was the original 5-gallon tank where the rams and everybody else was,
Okay.
and now it's only little shrimps.
Nice.
Just the shrimp tank. And here comes the 20-gallon rimless lung, which is
Whoa.
awesome, amazing. I love it. So peaceful, and they have plenty of room. Now they're not fighting. Now they're not,
Here's
doing
the
anything.
ram. Yeah.
I got a couple of more rams. I got the 2 German rams as well. I don't know if
Yeah.
you
There's
can.
a German.
Yep.
Right. That's a male.
So yeah, that's a male, and
And
there's
that
a
one
little
is,
female back there. Back
the
there.
blues are pretty, aren't they? Yeah.
They're the
Mhm.
best. They're the one. I think they're one of the best fishes to keep. And for my saltwater, here you go.
Oh, how wonderful.
It's doing wonderful. So,
Beautiful.
Got a little
got-
tang and a clown.
yep, just a tang and a clown, and I have some spider crab over there on the back,
And
and
some nice corals.
some corals here and
You
there.
got Stoney's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. So I just wanted to give you an update of what's going on and how my little fish are doing.
Looks wonderful. Good
Thank you.
job, Tony.
Mhm.
And here's my little one.
Oh, adorable.
Hi there.
Hey,
Hey.
Abby, say hi. Abby.
Hey, Abby.
Hello, Rabbi.
Hey. Oh.
Okay, bye.
Bye
All right,
bye.
guys. So,
Thank you, Tony.
bye.
Bye bye.
It's got some nice tanks.
Yes.
And we got some more questions for you.
Okay.
If I have a used breather bag, can it be reused?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Hey, Father Fish, can I keep a Bolivian ram in a 40-gallon community tank?
Depends what else is in there.
Mm-hmm.
But generally speaking, yeah. Bolivians are not particularly aggressive. They're a bigger fish. They can get 4 to 6 inches. So you might not want to keep them with little tiny stuff. I have a community tank with a lot of geophagus in it. And they all do very well together. I had goldfish in there and I had to take them out. They were fancy goldfish, which can't swim very well. So that didn't work out. But I've had a lot of other kinds of fish with geos, and they do very well. You can keep with most cichlids. They are a cichlid, and you can keep them with like South American cichlids. Not the Central Americans so much, but the South Americans. I do have one in my African tank, and nobody bothers them. I keep
That's
thinking
good.
about taking him out. He's not particularly big, but he just he doesn't. Nobody's hassling him. One of the things I have noticed about putting fish together that are from completely different biotopes is that they act like the other fish isn't there. They have no genetic knowledge or understanding or built-in reaction to that fish, and very often will completely ignore them. Now that's not an absolute. I mean, I've had big Oscars that'll go after anything for any reason. But generally, in a community tank, if you mix things up and you've got fish relatively the same size from completely different biotopes, Africans with South Americans with Asians, they typically will get along fine and will not interact at all. It's just one more of those fascinating fish behaviors that we know very little about.
Mm-hmm.
Calcium with a cuttle bone. Either way, you can crush it, which will dissolve it more quickly, or you can let it dissolve on its own. The reality is that it's only going to dissolve to the level of calcium that the water is able to retain. And you can overdo it. You can have so much calcium in the water that you wind up, I was going to make a stupid comment. You wind up making bones. You
Right.
wind up, in a way you do, because what you wind up with is calcification. And you'll see it on any water that splashes will leave an incrustation. That's a pretty good sign that the calcification is too high. Plants like it. Plants like calcium. Snails like it, of course.
Absolutely.
Any of the exoskeleton animals like it. Plants will consume calcium.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, in saltwater, there are calciferous algae. There are algae that are hard because they absorb calcium, and it's part of their makeup. That's what the red coralline is. Red coralline is actually a calciferous algae that's growing as a hard plant on rock, and is a necessary what's the word I want, presage it precursor to coral. Coral cannot grow on raw rock. It needs calciferous algae on it first in order for the coral to be able to adhere and grow on the rock. Danios is here. Hi, Danios.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I was at a fish meetup today and bought a lot of plants.
Oh, how
I
wonderful.
I
That
put a
sounds
lot
fun.
of cryptocorns in here because I had a lot left over from the brackish aquarium that I'm setting up.
Nice.
I'll show it to you later, but I've also got some fish here in quarantine, some guppies and
Uh-huh.
cories.
Cool.
The plants in the betta tank are also growing very well. I uh, it's every time with the substrate uh, that you promote. Your substrate just always works for plants.
Yeah, it
The
does. Yeah.
roots are
That it
insane. But I've also put a lot of driftwood in the tanks. Well, two
Nice.
big pieces in some of the tanks here with the betta. The frogs will love that. But this guy right here is uh pretty scared because, well, a lot of stuff just happened in this aquarium. He got more sand and another piece of driftwood, so he's a little bit scared, but it will be okay. Just he's an amphibian. But here I have the brackish tank that's being set up.
That's nice.
I put water in it just today, and I'm gonna order some sea salt and start acclimating the plants. I uh I didn't have anything to wait anything to mix the RO water with, because people told me that RO water is the best. So I looked up what works and put a little baking soda and Epsom salt, so it isn't just RO water. I heard that works instead of
Well, that'll hold the
reef.
pH stable. That's
Yeah.
kind of the primary issue.
Yeah, just for the time that I'm gonna wait for the reef salt to come. But
Right.
I also have this tank here. I put a big piece of driftwood in here, and also 3 little autos.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
If I can find more of them, they're probably all behind the wood, except for this guy. So one of them is right there.
Yep.
But they've been doing pretty well, everyone. Oh, I just realized that I'm gonna have to put the moss balls back into this tank because I
Well,
took them out. So I'm gonna put the moss balls back in and some of the
if you
moss.
insist.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I'm hoping to put some bumblebee gobies in here. I looked up with the mollies, but I heard that bumblebee gobies are pretty territorial, so I think I'm just gonna put those in. Because,
Well, that'll be nice. Yeah.
That it
yeah,
will.
they also match with the nerites.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. But thank you.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Seneca.
Thank you.
Nice to
thank
have you.
you. Have a good evening.
Bye
You
And
too.
I wish you well. Goodbye.
Nice.
Then we got a question from Joe. Another question for father fish. Do you need heaters for fish? I'm thinking about keeping a small one in my work desktop.
Depends on the fish.
Mm-hmm.
If
Absolutely.
it's a tropical, yeah,
Mhm.
you probably do. It depends on ambient temperature.
Mhm.
There are people who are able to keep their fish without heaters,
Mhm.
um, based on the ambient temperature of their house. Generally, if you don't run AC down in the 60s and you keep your house heated in the mid 70s or better, then you probably can do without a heater. Um, it's simply easier to have a heater to set it. It's kind of a set it and forget it.
Right.
It prevents stress.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I keep mine at 82 is to prevent ick,
Mm-hmm.
because ick will not get involved much above that. You may get 1 or 2 parasites in there, but they're not going to thrive, particularly if you got a natural environment with a fair amount of food web in there, because the other microfauna love to eat baby ick parasites. They're a particularly delicious snack.
Right.
Uh,
Is fresh basil good for my loaches? That's a good question.
what do they think? Have you asked them?
Right. Never tried it with my loaches.
How did they treat it? Are you putting it in?
Mhm.
Have you done it? Try it and see. Put a piece of basil in there. See what they do with it. They may ignore it. They may be all over it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what they do because that's pretty cool.
They find it's a great new food for them.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Generally speaking, anything that does not have toxicity,
Mm-hmm.
which would be like an oil, for example. You don't want anything with an oil in it
Mm-hmm.
or anything with, well, anything that's toxic. And generally, the toxins are a milky kind of substance.
Mm-hmm.
If you have anything like that, you don't want to get that in
Absolutely.
your tank.
I'll
Matthew,
be right back.
yeah, Matthew is here. Hello, Matthew.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I hadn't been with y'all guys in a while, so decided I'd do a little update. Caught me at the right
Wonderful.
time. I just had to do a water change on the big time water tanning tank, so you might could actually see something in there now.
Right, right.
I mean, it was like coffee before.
I know. I do that too.
It doesn't bother the fish though. They don't care.
No, it doesn't at all. That's right.
No, it just
I think-
makes it where I can't see them. But
Right.
anyway, you can actually see there's I just put that in. Every now and then I'll buy a new plant, put it in there. I think that was a corkscrew valve.
Okay.
I put it in the back there. I just added it, but the rest of it is Amazon swords, a couple of Nubius on driftwood. But anyhow, that one not gonna actually show off. You wouldn't have saw nothing in it earlier, but anyways, I'm kind of growing more or putting more fish tanks. My original fish tank has totally changed
Ah.
because I got this beautiful guy right here. He's shy. He's a Jack Dempsey,
Oh my.
and he was ripping up everything. So he has fake plants now. The only real plants are some floaters up top, and I got some pothos or pothos or whatever, however you say it.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Yeah, but he got to where he wanted to just tear everything up. So, but it's a small tank for him, so I'm just gonna keep him until he gets so big that I just have to give him to somebody that's got a bigger tank, or either plans are in the works for a bigger tank. I just can't afford one right now. But we got this one that I just set up today.
Nice.
I gotta put an order in and get some more plants. I just kind of stole a few plants from
Yeah.
the other aquariums, and there's one Variatus. I think that's how you say it, Variatus.
Very honest. Yes.
Yeah, he's back there checking that stream of bubbles out, I guess is what he's doing.
I guess.
But he's doing good. But the weird thing, my favorite one of all, is this little 1 gallon thing right here.
Oh,
It's crazy,
yeah.
but it's got 3 shrimp in it,
Love it.
and it's got is it Salvinia?
Yeah.
Salvinia and the pothos, and one little thing right there is I guess I'm saying this right, an Asian fern.
Okay.
But I didn't know the Asian fern, like the bigger ones in my other tank. But it propagates on the leaves.
Right.
And you can clip them little things off the leaves. And I'm hoping I can start another whole plant right there with it. Which I did the same thing in the other plant. The one in there on the end of the driftwood right there. I got one on there. So
Right.
we're going to see. But the funny story about this one is I had put 5 shrimp in here. Well, it got to the point there was only 1 left.
Huh.
And There was no skeletons or exoskeleton, whatever. I didn't find them dead or nothing. Completely gone, disappeared. But I had a lot more leaf litter in the bottom of it and stuff. And one day I was looking in here and I thought it's this thing swimming around there and as big as a cricket,
Yep. Know what you're talking about.
as a dragonfly nymph.
Yep.
Oh,
And
wow.
he totally annihilated all but the one. So
Yeah.
finally one day, he was good at hiding too. I think he would burrow down into the sand.
Well,
And
they don't move around much. They can be hard to see.
yeah, well, he did pretty good. And finally one day I seen his little butt sticking out. And I
Right.
grabbed my little tong things right there.
Yeah.
And he ain't no more. So
Go.
I went and got a couple more, and put it in there with it. The one, so he wouldn't be so lonely. The one bigger one's right there. But there are two more in there. But that ended up being like it's so small, but it's like my favorite one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes the smallest tanks can be the most rewarding.
Well, and it started off that was just pond water out the pond.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I've had to add my own water. But anyways, I'll let y'all, but he's just checking it out.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I had a 5.5 originally.
Yeah.
Well, I had a 5.5 originally, and I got home with it yesterday, and it was cracked.
Oh no.
So I had to go all the way back to Petco this morning. They didn't have another 5.5. So I just got a 10-gallon, that one in there, and added $5 more to it because they have them on sale. They were like half price.
Yeah.
For the rimless ones, they don't have the frame around the top. And but anyways, I'll let y'all go, and I just wanted to update you.
Thank you, Matthew. Nice to see you.
Yes, thank you.
You too.
Visit. Bye for now.
All right.
Bye. Definitely seen some nice tanks tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. And we've got some more questions for you.
Red-tailed sharks, and I want that later. Yeah, a red-tailed shark can be somewhat aggressive. It can chase. It's not going to really kill anything, but it can get into chasing. So you might consider that. A 110 liter is about 30 gallons, 29 gallons. Shouldn't be a problem. The betta won't like it much, probably. I think betta and a red tail probably is not a good mix. What do you got, Dana?
All right, we've also got this one.
Oh,
How do
yeah,
you-
right. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question. And I think it really has to do with the shop you're buying from.
Definitely.
The fish that I get come from a wholesaler that prepares shipping water. So it's water that is especially prepared for shipping. It's not tank water. It's not water that contains any kind of pathogen. In fact, generally, it's water that has some treatment in it. Not always, but very often it does. And I tend to trust that water. I never have a problem with it. But if I were buying from a local fish shop, I probably would not do that. I probably would dip the fish out and put it in the tank. Now, I don't believe that it's necessary to acclimate fish. In the wild, fish move between radically different water climes, like thermal climes and chemical climes, pH climes, on a routine basis. They can handle it. Now, in the extremes, they can, and you need to know about that. If, for example, your tank is very low pH and acidic, you better not put a fish in it that's coming out of hard alkaline water because it'll be dead in seconds. It'll just start spinning and die. So you need to have some basic understanding of the water parameters, which means that you want to talk to the shop about the water. Now, generally, if it's a shop that's near where you live, the likelihood is it's going to be the same water you have, particularly if it's municipal water. So that's not going to be an issue at all. It is possible to collect from the wild in rainwater pools or rainwater, like little ponds, that's or creeks for that matter, like springs, that's very soft and very acid. And you may have difficulty keeping anything out of that environment alive in your tank simply because the pH and the hardness are radically different. Now, fish will adjust and you can adjust them, but you need to have just a basic comfort level with the condition of the water you're getting, at least enough to know that it's compatible. And that may be a trial and error thing for the first few times you get fish from that distributor or from that shop or from that pond. It may take some experimenting. You can always test it. Testing doesn't tell you everything. We test for very few parameters, and there are others that are every bit as significant that we don't have testing equipment for, mostly because it's too expensive. We don't test for mercury, for example. We don't test for potassium. And those are two rather critical elements. Mercury is very toxic. Potassium is very important for plant growth. And we don't have a way to test for them because the testing equipment is prohibitively expensive.
That it is.
We may test for compounds containing them that have other things in conjunction, but it's I guess the point I'm making is that it takes some trial and error, some experimentation. If you go slow and are carefully at the beginning, you'll develop a comfort level that'll allow you to just plop and drop. When I first get fish from a new supplier, I always go slow because I don't know what I'm getting into. After I've dealt with them for a while and have a comfort level with it and find there are not ongoing issues, then I can just do a plop and drop. It's not a problem. What else?
Let's see. Can you talk about air breather fish and if tight fitting lids can affect them?
That's a really good question.
It is, isn't it?
If you have a tight fitting lid, then presumably you don't have an airline pumping air to any kind of, nor do you have moving water. If you have a sealed environment, it's going to take a lot of plants and very few oxygen consumers, like one or two shrimp, to be able to maintain that environment indefinitely. You can do a betta in a sealed container if there are a lot of plants in it, but the reality is every time you move the lid to feed, you're doing air exchange. So it really is not an issue. Generally not. A lot of fish in a tank would certainly be an issue, but if you've got a lot of fish in a tank, you certainly are going to want some kind of water movement and some kind of aeration going into it, which would break the seal for that tight fitting lid.
And we've got one more question from Rambo.
Ryan's here. Have problems with nitrate nitrates. Add plants. You need plants. You don't have enough plants in there. If you have adequate plants, you will not have nitrates and nitrites. The tank needs to be 50% planted, and you don't want to load it up with fish, and you don't want to feed 10 times a day. So be aware of those issues, and you won't have a problem. What happened?
Where'd he go?
I
think he dropped.
He dropped off.
Yeah, if you can, come back, Ryan. There he is.
Sorry.
Behind you.
Oh, there's his new experiment. That is so cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Video coming out soon, folks.
Yeah, I just watched the video yesterday. Really, really neat. Why don't you explain what you've done here?
Oh, just doing simple stuff. If I actually had time, I might have actually recorded data on some of these things, but we're going for qualitative here. So we got a whole bunch of jars set up. They're all 6 1-gallon jars. And as everybody can probably tell, we've got one just plain old water. We got one sand, one soil and sand. And then we got one soil and gravel and just gravel here. And then the blank one is going to be something else eventually. But yeah, the whole idea is that I stuck plants in there that I know pretty darn well and can guess, what's going on with the water and how they're doing and stuff. And so we've been running 3 weeks now. I've only 2 weeks of it on the video, but yeah, we'll keep it as a long-term thing. There's also some other inhabitants like our lovely little bladder snail there. But yeah, it's been interesting. And then as far as the future here, you might hear a little bubbling in the background because I've got green water going.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So I got a nice little...
I love the jars, the bell
me
jars.
too.
They're so cool.
Yeah, found them at the local grocery store and the Walmart. So
Wow. I could check with Walmart.
Yeah, just cleaned them out. Got all the jars they had in places.
Yeah, those are battery jars. They used to back in the 1800s, early part of the 1900s. That the batteries were actually in liquid form, and they were kept in jars just like that. Those are a replica of the original battery jars.
That is really cool.
We
I
used,
got one of those from my local Walmart and had no idea that they were replicas.
used to be able to find them when I was a kid, every once in a while. But they're glass; they get broken.
Guest star.
Hi
Oh,
there.
that's adorable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great experiment. Are you going to do shrimp or fish in any of them?
Um, being that they're only 1 gallon, I'd probably only go for shrimp here, but we'll see how it goes. I could also perhaps plunk an endler in there. I'm pretty confident right now that there's not really any issues with like the normals, like the nitrogen family there, but I'm not sure about the water oxygenation when it comes to the heat at the end of the day here. Like this is the only time I get it, and as you can tell, it's pretty direct on. So what I'll do is I'll bring home my dissolved oxygen probe, and I'll figure out what's the oxygen levels in there and whether or not a fish could handle it.
So, Beto Great Lakes wants to know what's the experiment exactly.
Yeah, it's just testing what happens with all the different substrates, getting an idea of what you could expect if you were to set up a certain thing as far as what the short term looks like versus the long term. And wow, my ram's horn snail has been getting big in the one that's down here.
Oh wow, that one is big.
In size.
Huh.
It was not originally that big. But yeah, it'll be a long term thing to see what happens with the plants, what happens with the animals in there, the overall water quality, stuff like that.
Bear wants to know, what about the temperature in the sun?
Well, if you want to know, let me go grab my thermometer.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, we're not in the dead of summer yet, so can't say it's too hot yet. But air temperature gets up to around 80s so far.
Well, it's not so hot; it's killing the plants. So.
Yeah, no, plants are live, snails are live. So as far as that goes, I think we'll be okay for tropical fish. But we'll figure it out here. Here we go. We're gonna open up the sand and soil one, dunk it in, and for proof, it's 91.
Wow, it's a little warm.
Definitely.
So maybe not the fish. We'll see.
Well, they would be all right, probably.
Yeah.
That rice fish would probably do fine in it.
They should be better than shrimp.
Right.
Yeah. I
Nice.
just got into it for the fish.
Yeah, right. Really.
Snails and
Oh,
shrimp.
Formosa. Try to get some Formosa. That would be a good one.
Oh yeah,
there.
I've got them. They're breeding. I've got them in with my antlers right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a fish that survives in pretty warm water in Florida.
right. Yeah, that could be a good one there. I'll do my research, see what the upper ends are, and see what people have experience on, and we'll see if we can plunk something small in there.
Nice. Yeah, great video, by the way.
Thank
Really nice. I really like it.
We're always trying to do better all the time.
Amen. Well, I've been working on trying to come up with a new format for videos, father fish videos, and I think I've got it. It's going to be linked to the shop here and to the staff in the shop. So it'll depict what staff are doing and what's happening in the tanks.
Oh, that'll be cool.
More of that kind of thing with the descriptions and issues and so forth. So it's not really different than what I did when I was in Florida, but I think that was effective too. So, and I've got more people now and people who are really involved in some interesting kinds of activities. We're doing a lot with plants, and I think it'd be fun to be able to show that.
Yeah, no, a lot of people I know have been asking for different species profiles and stuff. Maybe a little diary of each tank that has a different fish in it or something.
Yeah. Well, and we can do that now because we've got a pretty good variety of fish, and that's constantly improving.
Yeah, you've got a content mining operation over there. You got just
exactly right. Which is neat. what we need is we need a cinematographer. Yeah, we need somebody walking around with a camera all day long.
Yeah, I can send you the link for the gimbal that I use for stabilization and stuff like that.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
wasn't too bad when I pulled it out. Oh, the video that's coming up will be on cyanobacteria eventually here once I get around to it.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
We
that'll
did
be nice.
at the local university in a cyanobacteria lab. So
Oh,
I
wonderful.
pulled out my gimbal there, and everybody was pretty impressed with that.
Wow. Yeah, gumballs are. I've got one.
Yeah.
I've not used it very much.
Yeah, for me, my hands aren't too steady, so that's why like all of my earlier videos are just me literally pressing the camera up to the glass so they wouldn't move.
Yeah, really, really. Well, I'm the same way.
Yep.
Yeah, I might need you to send me that link too, Ryan.
Tend to have them on tripod.
I can't say it's the best, but it does its job.
Right. It just feels weird in your hand to have this thing that acts like it's alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And you're trying
wow.
to do one thing and it wants to do the other because it's trying to keep it stable.
Right,
I've
right.
never used one yet.
They're very strange.
You know what it's really
Imagine
good for
so.
is when you go down to the lake or something and you can see little fish along the shore, but if you get close, they run away kind of deal. So I'll use it to stabilize the shot on a tripod and then use the little thumbstick to kind of get everything dialed in just right, and then the fish aren't scared, and I've got it zoomed in like 100 times or something.
Right.
So it worked out pretty well.
That's
Neat.
cool.
Yeah, I tried to do a shot tonight. I have a pair of Waru that spawned yesterday, and the eggs hatched today. So 24 hours. I tried to get a shot of them, and then the process scared them enough that the parents had the babies just hunkered down where you couldn't even see them, and they weren't moving.
Yes.
And it was too close anyway with my phone camera. So, but that's going to be fun because they're going to be up feeding on the parents' slime coat probably by tomorrow, Tuesday at the latest. So we will get some shots of that.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Just send me all those videos. I'll chop them up and get them all pretty.
They're great. I'll do it.
Yeah, and if you want, maybe we could. Well, if you get me some shots of the store sometime this week, I'll make you a new intro or something too.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah,
That
That'd
would
be
be.
great. Okay,
had a lot of fun making my last intro.
we'll do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, so enjoy a different type of fish right now. It's salmon night tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. All right.
I'll see you guys. Good to see you both.
Bye
See
bye.
ya.
Take
Bye,
care.
Artie.
Nice.
Mhm. That's a pretty cool experiment.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes me want to set up something like outside like that. That's pretty cool.
Right.
I never thought about just using those jars like that. I mean, I've got one that I've used as a betta fish tank.
It makes such a nice display too.
That it does.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
How we doing here?
Got about
Okay.
20 minutes left.
I don't think we're gonna do 20.
That sounds good to me.
I'm getting worn out.
Same here.
Oh, we always start early.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what is this? Yeah, I don't know about that, Foxmaster. 82 should not have affected. A grapple is a little different, though. It's more a cold water plant.
Definitely all of us have MTS.
Ain't that the truth?
Right.
Oh.
I swear that's contagious.
All right. I think we're going to call it a night.
Sounds like a
We
plan.
do need your help, guys. If you need plants, try to get an order in.
Mhm.
We got messed up this weekend because we had to take down a lot of pictures that we can't use for advertising because we don't own them. So we put them back up temporarily until we can take them, but it cost us a day's sales because we wound up not selling anything on Saturday. So we're behind and really could use a little extra help. So if you could put a small order in this weekend, it would be much appreciated. It'll just keep us on track. We're doing well. I think we're going to start seeing some things really begin to pop over the next week or so. All righty. Do we have? Oh, there we go.
Yep, we got it.
We do. Bang.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found the peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishes are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Good night,
Night, y'all. Love y'all.
all. Bye.